Well, today is the day that the market of transfer open officially. And yes, we can't start the market of transfer without talking about the biggest name right now that it's apparently on the free agency, but not really because he's free, because it will cost money, but it's the biggest rumors right now about possibly leaving his club and joining another humongous club. And that's we're talking about Kylian Mbappe. Today is the due date for the family to decide if they want to renew or they want to be sold. Don't miss the show because it's about to be smoking. Let's give it a start. Muy buena mi gente, aquí nos encontramos nuevamente en otro programa de Fútbol con Bamba.
Dentro del área, golpea Petit, Zidane y gol. Ha marcado Zidane el 1-0 para Francia.
Welcome everybody, and here we go. This is actually Fútbol con Bambana, and yes, today is the day, the 30th of June, is the last day for every club to either renew their players or they're actually in free agency if they have not been, if their contracts are due. However, there's always players that their contract is due next summer, which this is the perfect time for all the clubs that they want to acquire money and they know that the players are not going to renew an extension of their contract. This is the year to be able to sell them. And that is why this is actually coming up with the great player like Kylian Mbappe. Paris Saint-Germain has been extremely upset to the player and his family because they had up to August 1st to be able to notify if they were going to renew or not renew their contract or their addition time. We can't start the show without giving you a little bit of background about what is this meaning. And this is how it's beginning. Kylian Mbappe in 2013, when he was only 14 years old, he actually went to Valdebebas, and Real Madrid was very interested in this young prospect of a player showing off. In that moment, we saw Cristiano Ronaldo at that time and so happy and everything. And this is actually when the first time that he decided to say no to Real Madrid because he didn't think it was the right moment to join the club and start with their little youth leagues. Then it comes out to be that he's playing in Monaco. He was actually extremely phenomenal in Monaco. He just exploded, which it was very hard for a team like Monaco to be able to withhold and withstand a contract or a player of the magnitude of Kylian Mbappe. And minding to say that Kylian Mbappe also was going to be already in the national team and was projecting to be the next year on 2018, which was the Russian World Cup, which was going to be him main stage. PSG at that moment beat Real Madrid on the decision, but it was all decided because the father of Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe's father at that moment said to Kylian Mbappe, which we all know Kylian Mbappe wanted to join Real Madrid. Real Madrid offered Monaco the money, which was around 80 million at that time, that they were offering to Monaco to acquire Kylian Mbappe. And the father of Kylian Mbappe played a big role in here because he said, son, Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, Gareth Bale, all three of them are there. Your opportunities to come inside and fight against these giants right now, it's very, very, very slim. Now, mind me to say, that was Real Madrid was coming, and that was the last year where they won the 3 champions in a row. So it was a big decision for this young player who was turning 18 to be able to decide if he wanted to be in Real Madrid and try to fight for a spot, or does he want to continue to advance and work his future and grow and be worth a lot more money, which he did. He did with Paris Saint-Germain, which Paris Saint-Germain acquired Kylian Mbappe for over 125 million. And that was that he gathered Kylian Mbappe in 2018. Now, we know that in 2018, Kylian Mbappe started with Paris Saint-Germain, and 3 years after his contract, he was talking about his intention to probably be with Real Madrid. He wanted to go to Real Madrid at that moment was very interested in acquiring the young player, knowing that Gareth Bale was already in the dispute about walking out of the club, not looking as motivated in the club. So they wanted to bring a young prospect like Kylian Mbappe, who was already a World Cup champion, right? Paris Saint-Germain made it impossible. They said, we're not interested in selling. So the next summer after that, which was 2021, we know that Real Madrid also tried to acquire Kylian Mbappe, and Paris Saint-Germain was not having it. So that was the last year of contract of Kylian Mbappe. And Paris Saint-Germain said no. So Real Madrid waited into that summer of 2022 when Kylian Mbappe was coming out for free. And now Real Madrid was like, yes, we got this player. He's going to us. He already told us yes. He made a word commitment. He didn't sign any paper because we trust his word. Well, guess what? The Emir of Saudi Arabia, knowing that 2022 was going to be the World Cup in December, and he wanted and was very interested that Kylian Mbappe, the French superstar, the former champion of France, was actually going to be representing Qatar as a PSG player. So what they do, now you're going to see on the screen the contract. And this is what made Kylian Mbappe that last week before saying yes to Real Madrid officially, because he did ask Real Madrid to wait until the last game of Paris Saint-Germain in order for him to make his decision that he complied with his contract. He said goodbye to everybody and he's moving on. So that for that last day of the PSG game, he was introduced with a shirt saying 2025. And this is why. You'll see in the contract right here, 630 million gross. That's what's actually was going to be Kylian Mbappe contract if he complies all the way to the end of 2025, right? Now, this down a little bit. He had $180 million as a fidelity for signing, a signing bonus of $180 million. Just by signing and saying, I'm staying with Paris, he had $180 million, which it was rumored that Real Madrid was going to give him $130 million for him deciding to hold off all this pressure and be able to come as a free agent and signing with Real Madrid. Now, so he already started with $180 million. Let's go to the salary. Salary is $210 million, which breaks down to $70 million per year. And this is all talking if he complies to 2025. And I'll explain why I keep saying all the way to 2025. But the net of his contract is really $35 million per year, right? Now, bonus, this is the interesting part, because if Kylian Mbappe decided to stay, right, and if he complied until the 30th of June, he will get $70 million. So that means tomorrow, 1st of July, Kylian Mbappe has $70 million more, 70 million euros more in his bank account. Yes. But if he complies to stay until 2024, the 30th of June of 2024, he gets $80 million more, plus 35 of his net income, right, for salary. And then if he decided to go and stay until 2025, he will get 90 million and then get 35 million normal as a salary. So this is what Kylian Mbappe is coming out as the contract. What made him actually say to Real Madrid, I hope you forgive me. I hope you understand my scenario. We'll talk soon. There's more time for me to play with you guys. So that's why he walked out of a big opportunity to join Real Madrid in this contract. And who will blame him? He's only 23 years old. He still has not reached his peak of his career. And he's just actually becoming one of the richest players of the history of soccer, right? Or football. But what are we talking about in here? So right now, 2 weeks ago, Kylian Mbappe comes in. Well, let's say it like this. Florentino came out on a recording that it was with a YouTuber who made a question to that says, are you signing Mbappe? And he joking to him and a smiley face said, we got Mbappe 2024. We signed them today for 2024. But he said it as a joke to the YouTuber, but this made news everywhere, right? And then next day, by coincidence or not, Kylian Mbappe submits an official letter saying to PSG that he will stay in PSG until 2024, but he is not opting to renew that year of extension of optional that he had to make it to 2025. So this is telling you that that contract, when they were showing to you that he renewed all the way to 2025, was merely an image and a play to try to put a statement to everybody else that they were able to do a long-term contract with Kylian Mbappe. But in reality, their contract was that Kylian Mbappe signed 2 years, and there's an optional year if the player wanted to opt it. PSG has no management to be able to force that option of that extra year. So Kylian Mbappe, in theory, it's completely free by next summer, right? He's owner of deciding what he wants. Now, what happens with this? When he submits the official letter, this does not sound good in PSG. PSG started filtering their main communication like El Equipe. They started PSG community, all these websites and newspapers that actually are very tied up with the club or give a lot of really good inside information because the club provides it to them, start saying that PSG is upset about Kylian Mbappe, saying that he didn't want to renew, that apparently he didn't have to say anything because they already had an agreement that if by August 1st he didn't say anything to the club, they assume automatically he's not renewing. So he didn't need to send a letter to make it official, but by sending the letter, they understand that he's trying to submit another message to PSG. So PSG, for the first time in history, has come out apparently through his newspaper, because it's not been directly through PSG, that they're rumoring that the PSG is allowing or willing to sell Kylian Mbappe for the right price. Now, there is a show in the Spain community that usually gives a lot of insight of things that are going on in the market, especially with Barcelona and Real Madrid. And one of the former players for Real Madrid, he used to be a goalkeeper for the national team and a goalkeeper for Real Madrid, Paco Bullo, came up and gave an exclusive saying that before they were talking about, all numbers and anything, he was the first one that came out and mentioned that PSG Emir, the owner, right? The Emir from Qatar, did not see with bad eyes to sell Kylian Mbappe right now, especially because his brother's investing in Manchester United, and we'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later. But he apparently they wanted, if Real Madrid was interested, they wanted Real Madrid to pay 200 million, which was what Real Madrid offered last summer, and PSG did not even answer or notice them or give them any play in this about their offer. So apparently they wanted 200 million, and what Paco Bullo was, Real Madrid this time was not looking to pay that amount of money, was looking to pay 40% less than that, which comes out to be 40% of that amount, I'm sorry, which comes out to be 120 million. So it's 120 million and acting as a max 150 million. Now, after this being said, then in the newspaper goes bananas and bizarres, because now there's other information that starts filtering through El Equipe, some YouTubers from France and people that France actually has good communication with the squad. And they start saying that PSG wanted 200 million plus 50 in bonuses, which is with Mbappe pays X amount of money. If he wins the league, wins Champions League, if he wins Gold Boot, all these type of bonuses that if he achieves it, the club that is interested in Kylian Mbappe will have to give Paris Saint-Germain. Now, this is a significant amount of money that not any club can afford, right? We all know that Real Madrid has not done big acquirements or spending of money to be able to save up for these mega contracts, because they were looking between Haaland and Mbappe. They almost did both of them last summer, which would have came out to be almost like 500 million. So if we're talking about, amounts like that big, then you know Real Madrid has the power economically to be able to invest on this money. Now, having that said, the other club that we're talking about that has a lot of money is Manchester City, right? Now, Manchester City, Pep Guardiola shut down this whole rumor right away, saying Man City is not interested in acquiring Kylian Mbappe because we all know where Kylian Mbappe really wants to play. So therefore, he's shutting down another big deep pocket that can come inside. Newcastle, we know that has made it to the Champions League right now, but it's not a project that is attractive for Kylian Mbappe. Or they're not the other option that they would take, that we're talk about. Now, there's two options in the Premier League that are willing to spend the money and might have the money to be able to spend, and that we're talking about Manchester United and Liverpool. Now, talking about Liverpool, the only condition right now is that we know that wants to be on Champions League. He wants to win titles. He wants to be able to achieve a lot more as a squad, which he's not been able to do with Paris Saint-Germain. And he's not happy only and content only by winning the league by itself. So therefore, he's looking for bigger goals, bigger part, something that Liverpool at this current year is not able to provide to Kylian Mbappe. Therefore, I'm seeing it difficult, and this is my opinion. I'm seeing it difficult that Liverpool will be able to match up to be attractive to Kylian Mbappe. Now, having that said, it comes to the last team that I think has the power economical to be able to acquire him and needs an attacker is Manchester. Now, we know that I just mentioned a little bit earlier that the Emir's brother just invested in purchasing Manchester United. Manchester United is actually going to be acquiring now Qatar's main funds to go to that team. They wanted to be competitive now in England instead of France. They're starting to walk out a little bit more from Paris and investing more in Manchester United. Now, when you get to know all this, then you start understanding why do they see what a good option to sell him from Paris. You know, if Qatar is really planning to move from Paris, it would look good if the Emir is actually providing PSG with a 200 million or a 250 amount by selling one of their biggest players, and he's leaving it on the table for them as an earning, not losses. Therefore, it's one point of view to see it. The other point of view, why Kylian Mbappe might not opt to go to Manchester United is because it's staying with the same people. It's staying with the same people that has made him rich, but at the same time has made it very difficult for him. He knows that if he signs a get with them, he's not going to have the leverage about walking out because they're going to make a 6-year contract probably for him, which is something that then it would tie Kylian Mbappe's future and everything to just be there, and that's it. That is the possibility that it makes it a turn down for him, because look at the other option. Why Kylian Mbappe does not want to leave, or he continues to say that he does not want to leave PSG and wants to honor his contract all the way to 2024. I gave you already the numbers. He's going to win $80 million more and $35 million more, which is 115 million euros. I keep saying dollars because I'm in the United States and I'm accustomed to that. However, it's euros what we're talking about. So he's going to earn 115 million euros, right? However, this is what is spoken about. Apparently, if he comes out free to Real Madrid is willing to pay him a signature bonus of up to 130 million euros. That is what is rumored. It's not official, but that is what is being said by the newspapers in Spain. It's saying that if Kylian Mbappe comes in 2024 as a free agent, Real Madrid is giving him a signature bonus of 130 million. Now, that is more than 115 that he does for 2024. Now let's look at the number. Why he says, all right, with that 130, I can hold another year and earn 115 million. But then what do I lose by leaving a year earlier from Paris Saint-Germain, not opting for that additional year? Is the 90 plus 35 is 125 million. That is what Kylian Mbappe is actually resigning by leaving in 2024 from Paris Saint-Germain. But he's earning 130 in Madrid plus his salary. So it's going to be like 160 probably. because there's rumors that it might be 30 million per year for Kylian Mbappe and Real Madrid. I don't know if that's true or not. I've been hearing rumors from 20 to 25, but there's another newspapers and rumors saying that he's going to earn 30 million net with Real Madrid. If that is true, then you know it makes completely sense that he's going to earn 5 more million by signing with Real Madrid. He goes to the club to the next level that he wanted to go. He goes to another new place that is going to fill him up and inspire him, and he's going to earn more money. Now, having this said, it makes sense what Kylian Mbappe is saying, that he's not coming to Real Madrid this summer because he's going to Real Madrid. Now, what is the downfall if he comes in this summer with Real Madrid? Then he loses at 125 for next year, right? But he loses 115 for this year. And this is why I think that his mother, Faisa Lamari, is actually arguing with PSG right now. Because since PSG is saying, Kylian Mbappe promised me that he will not leave as a free agent, he will always leave money to Paris Saint-Germain. Let's just assume that this is true. Then this is why you can understand why Faisa is fighting and saying, yes, okay, no problem. You want to sell Kylian Mbappe? Then you got to sell him at a reasonable price, because Kylian cannot afford to lose all this money. He's not willing to lose all this money. So if you pay us at least the bonus for next year and partially his salary this year, then we're okay by walking out, because we're going to lose money. We're not going to be able to sign a signature bonus with the club next year. However, if he goes for free next year, then he'll earn more money than what you're going to offer him to stay in an additional year. So see how all this is making sense right now? However, like I said to you guys, PSG gave 10 days after the letter to the Mbappe team to be able to decide either you renew or we're selling you. And because of that, then now Kylian Mbappe, by playing his card saying, I want to stay and I'm going to stay another year, then he plays favor with his fans, with his crowd, with his club. And then now he can say, I didn't want to leave PSG, but PSG did not want to have me leaving for free, so they decided to sell me. So I told them that if they're going to sell me, I like Real Madrid, and that's where I'm going. Now, Real Madrid might pay a signature bonus. There's rumors that they pay 30 million if he comes this summer. So let's assume that he gets that 80 million from PSG, and he probably gets, I don't know, half of the 35 that he'll get, plus 30 million in Real Madrid. Then it's not that bad of a look when it comes out to be leaving the summer to Real Madrid. However, let's go now, and this is my opinion personally. I think Kylian Mbappe might be arriving to Real Madrid this summer. And this is why I think that's going to happen. Joselu actually came to Real Madrid this summer, and he's the only striker because Karim Benzema left the number 9. Now, we saw how Vinicius took number 7 and Rodrigo took number 11, leaving the number 9 vacant. Now, number 10, which is what Kylian Mbappe loves to have, is Luka Modric. We all know that Luka Modric just added an additional year of his contract. So therefore, it won't be until next year that Kylian Mbappe can apply for number 10. So having that said, it's given now the option of a number 9. Now, Joselu comes inside, and we know he's a striker. And usually when a number like number 9 comes out available, that's the number you want to acquire. Real Madrid told them, take another number that is not number 9. What does it tell you? It tells you that Real Madrid is smelling something's happening. Something big is going to happen this summer. And what other than probably Kylian Mbappe arriving this summer? Now imagine this scenario. Kylian Mbappe is 24 years old, and he would inherit the number 9 of Karim Benzema, which is his French colleague in Real Madrid. Let's go back to 2009. Cristiano Ronaldo. He had, when he signed with Real Madrid, 24 years old, and guess what number he had? Number 9. There you go, my friends. Coincidence or not, it's just like in harmony. Everything is walking in harmony to be able to make it humongous and a huge explosion. This is going to be very interesting. I will understand if Kylian Mbappe stays another year because he's going to make a lot of money. If he comes this year, he's going to lose some money, but at the same time, win a lot more on his personal achievements by earning and joining the biggest club in the universe right now. Well, we can argue historically he's been there, and he still right now is one of the toughest. And by bringing Jude Bellingham, bringing Fran Garcia, bringing Brahim Diaz, Joselu, and having the team that he has, I still think that Real Madrid right now, with an addition of Kylian Mbappe, will be practically a team to fear. I'm not saying the team to fear. I said it will be a team to fear. All right? Because now I think Manchester City and Real Madrid will become the favorites on both sides to see each other in the final of next Champions League. Now, if he decides to stay, we know economically is good. If he decides to come, it's going to be an amazing, amazing adventure for the year of Real Madrid. This is so much interesting. Today is the due date of that 10 days. So Faisal Amari is actually in meeting with PSG right now. As soon as those meetings conclude and we know decisions, I will be back. I will tell you guys a little bit more about what's going on. But up to today, that's up to date with Kylian Mbappe. I hope this video is not too long because I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a background on what Kylian Mbappe is going, why he stayed, and what he will gain if he stays. Now, hit the like button, comment, share this video if you like it and you need a lot more about this information. There's going to be a lot more transfers occurring, and I'm going to be documenting all of those in here. So thank you so much for synchronizing and staying with me in Fútbol con Bambán. See ya. Ciao.